So a few days ago, I picked this up, Forever After All by L J Florence, and I devoured it in literally hours. I have no idea what kind of magic she wove into this book, but it was addictive, it was fast paced, and I absolutely loved it. So we meet Alice, the funny, gorgeous, strong, resilient survivor, and her strength brought me to absolute tears. You then have Carter, who is a retired athlete. He falls fast and hard for Alice. He's your ultimate green flag. And as the author said, and I, completely agree, if you're not single, you'll wish your best friend could date him instead. And yes, there is that classic romance twist. So Alice's best friend Autumn is married to Sawyer, who just so happens to be Carter's brother. So you know where this is going. The story kicks off with us learning that Alice had left England to move closer to Autumn after a traumatic event, and it's now 10 years later. We're thrown straight into absolute chaos at Autumn and Sawyer's wedding, where Alice wakes up in her best friend's brother-in-law's bed. Cue, panic, freak out. One slightly awkward, but very telling, morning after conversation. And what follows is the beginning of an absolutely electric friendship. Alice is very guarded, and with good reason. Watching Carter slowly, gently break those walls down was so moving. Their bond obviously deepened over time, and there was one scene during a night out where there was an unexpected text from her mother, and it set off the most powerful emotional chain reaction. And therefore what followed was this absolute roller coaster of feelings, secrets. There was this deeply intense emotional scene that I have to say absolutely gutted me. The author handled this with such care and realism, and it was so raw, it was so relatable and deeply impactful. And of course, Carter's response, pure gold. He was supportive, he was patient, he was compassionate. There were no grand gestures. It was just this quiet, unwavering presence. He made sure she knew she was safe, that she wasn't alone, and that she never would be again. And watching Alice slowly reclaim this sense of self, face her past, and realise that she was worthy of love and happiness was so powerful. And as for Carter, he's the kind of man who helps her see the light she's always had. Alice is a plus size FMC. I am so here for that. Now, as someone herself who is plus size, I often struggle with self-worth, and this absolutely resonated with me. It shows that representation matters, and this story delivered. I didn't actually realise that this was book 2 in the Pine Harbour series, but it definitely works perfectly as a standalone. That said, please excuse me whilst I go hunt down Forever After Never and dive into Autumn and Sawyer's story.